It's been a while since we dropped a recruiting video, so let's go over my best 5-star recruiting method in college football 25. For this, we went with Maryland. The program really does not matter. It's going to be the same strategy. You're just going to have less hours. It's going to be more difficult, but the program does not matter. And you can also do this for 4 stars. You can do this for 5 stars. I would not recommend going after 3 stars with this method until the end of the season or even the off season, man. I dropped a whole video explaining that you could sign a full recruiting class of 3 stars just in the off season. So 3 stars, do not worry about them, especially if you're going at some of the top dogs. Do not worry about the 3 stars at all until the off season. So Maryland is a 3-star program with some pretty good grades. So we should be able to sign a good amount of 5 stars here, man. If you have a program with bad grades that's not a 3-star, a 1-star, 2-star, first of all, you're probably never going to be able to hard sell them. Realize that you're never going to be able to hard sell them players, especially if you have bad grades. You're only going to be able to send a house. So keep that in mind. The way you're going to have to do it is you're going to have to schedule visits. You're going to have to schedule visits, and those visits are going to have to hit. We're going to go over all of that in this video. So I'll slightly change our schedule around to pretty much give us some home games with some big time potential for visits. So week 4, that might be a little bit early, but week 1, week 2, week 3, none of those games you're gonna have any players coming in on visit. Week 4 is probably the earliest, so we made sure that's a home game. Week 6, we was able to change that, also make that a home game. Then also week 10, we made that a home game as well. And these are all teams that's a little bit better than us on paper, but they're beatable. So if we're actually have some guys come in on a visit, it will be pretty much a good visit for the player, especially if we beat a team that they are better than us. So y'all don't have to do this. I decided to do this for this rebuild, or for this challenge essentially. For this challenge, we're only going to go after 5 stars. In a normal situation, I would go after 4 and 5 stars, especially for a dynasty. For this, we're only going to go after 5 stars. I'm going to show y'all the method. The method works the same on 4 stars, so keep that in mind. And I also suggest if you're a 1-star, 1.5, even a 2-star program, I would suggest not going after the 5 stars. If you are going to go after the 5 stars, I suggest going after 1 or 2, maybe in-state guys. But I would not suggest going after them because you're going to miss majority of the times. Go after 4 stars. You could bring in like 7, 8 4 stars compared to if you go after nothing but 5 stars, you might only get 1. And the difference between a 4-star to a 3-star is a huge difference. Huge difference. A 3-star is going to come in high as like 70, 68 overall. A 4-star is going to come in around a 72 to like 76, somewhere in that range. 5 stars is going to come in anywhere from like a 75 all the way to like an 81, 82, 83. So it's a huge difference between these players. And here we have 2 5 stars already interested in us. The #1 player in the nation, he's from Delaware. So that's, we have that pipeline boost. The other guy is from Maryland. So the school we picked has some pretty good pipelines, and then we're also going to come over here. We're going to add all of these guys, man. Every single 5-star we can, we're going to add them to our board. We're going to offer the scholarship, and we're going to at least see if we can pursue them. And like I said, feel free to fill the rest of your roster with 4 stars. Feel free. We're not doing it. We're only going at the 5 stars in this video, but when you're recruiting, especially, it's the perfect time to start a new dynasty. I'm going to drop a video tomorrow, dropping pretty much outlining the 10 best teams to start a new dynasty with, because we had the new rosters drop literally yesterday. So it's the perfect time to start a new dynasty. So in this situation, we're only going after the 5 stars, no 4 stars. So in this situation, we're able to go after 12 different 5 stars, man. We have 600 hours to use. Like I said, if you're a 1-star, 2-star program, you could do the same exact thing. The only difference, you're not able to go after as many players. So you might only be able to go after 6 5 stars or 8 5 stars, whatever it is. So just keep that in mind as a smaller program. Alright, man, so we had the guy hit his top 5 already. He's literally the only player to hit his top 5. Nobody else is really even that close. So for this is a guy where the recruitment is going super fast. So we want to go ahead and schedule a visit, man. For this method, we're trying to put every single one of these 5 stars on a visit. In this situation, we're going to remove the hours, and then his top motivation is going to be staying close to home. So we're going to make sure we schedule that visit. We're never going to do a buy visit unless we have to. I'm never going to do a buy visit. I would much rather do, a tier 2 or a tier 3 visit. And when I say tier, when you look at the win, you see it's 2 upticks, 2 green arrows pointing up. And then also when you look at Utah, it's 3 arrows pointing up. That's a higher tier opponent. I would prefer to do the higher tier opponent, but for this situation, we're going to do week 4. Because sometimes they'll never even reach week 6. You wait that long, they may commit week 5. So you kind of taking a risk. But you know, also if you have a rivalry game, if we're in this situation, we have a rivalry game against Rutgers where we get, you know, an extra arrow pointing upwards. That's always good. So keep that in mind. The rivalry games is always going to be a bonus. In this situation, we're going to do it week 4 against Kentucky. And then, like I said, we're going to do that visit for staying close to home. That's going to be our best motivation. We don't know the hard sell just yet, so we're going to put the rest of the 10 hours back on, and we're going to go ahead and advance. We advanced another week. I noticed some guys, they hit their top 5. So we now could put the hard sell on some of these guys. But also, I could go in and now schedule more visits, and we're going to do that exact thing. So it's also worth mentioning we made a new head coach. We're going to go ahead and upgrade to tier 2 for a couple of these positions, especially for the D-line and then also the O-line. We're going after a couple different guys at these spots. The tier 2 is going to give us a bonus boost pretty much for any of our recruiting actions. We really want to get to that tier 3 for a lot of these guys so we're able to put in more hours. But for now, this is what we're doing. So it gets tough when you're going after so many different of these 5 stars, man. So we advanced another week. This guy, he locked us out. We put him on a visit, wasted hours. You never know when they're going to get these big jumps like this. And he just got a crazy boost. He's going to NC State, man. Without a doubt, he is going there. We had no chance. Even with scheduling to visit week 4, we still got locked out. That's a guy you just got to remove, take the loss there. You're not going to get every single one of these guys, but what you can do is pretty much pitch yourself in the best position to just try to get a lot of these players. So a lot of these guys have now hit their top 5, and now we're kind of at that point where we want to schedule a bunch of visits. In a perfect world, you want to schedule an offensive visit and a defensive visit for 2 different games. And pretty much what that looks like is, you know, you schedule all of your offensive visits, let's say for this Utah game, and in that situation, everyone gets a complimentary visit. You get an extra plus arrow pointing upwards, and then same thing for the defense. Say you schedule the defensive visit for this week, and every defensive player come here, and you get an additional boost for every single one of their visits. That's in a perfect world. In this situation, it's a little bit tough to do that, especially with the 5 stars and everyone hitting their top 5 at different times. So it makes it a little bit difficult. Schedule a couple more visits, got some hard sells out. We may be able to get the #1 player in the nation. We'll see. Stay tuned. He's coming on a visit week 4. We'll see if we're able to get him, but got a couple visits out. Every single player pretty much that we can have on the visit is pretty much coming at some point. That's the goal with these 5 stars, man. I want to get them on campus, especially as a smaller program. All right, so the visits has went off for week 4 against Kentucky. We ended up winning that game. They was 1-2, so it wasn't a good program. We barely got the dub, 31-28. And for a guy like this, that visit did a lot. Like, we're about to sign the #1 player in the nation just because of that visit, man. We got the hard sell on him as well. But some of these other guys, not so much. This guy's coming week 6. This is another guy we can schedule. Let's go ahead and schedule him for week 6 as well. Let's do championship, or let's do playing time. That's going to be our highest grade. We could also now throw the hard sell on him. We'll do that before we advance. This guy, another guy, we can now schedule a visit. Week 6, probably not, because we're going to get a negative visit because we have another wide receiver already coming. This guy, it's going to be situations like this where this guy came on a visit week 4. He was nowhere near as impressed compared to, you know, the halfback #1 player in the nation where he got a big bonus. This guy, we're still in 3rd place. A guy like this, I'll consider removing from our board. Like, there's no point to keep pursuing him. He came on a visit and we're still only in 3rd place. Georgia and Alabama is pretty much ahead of us. So this is a guy I would definitely remove. Because we're only going at the 5 stars, I'm going to leave them on. Because we're only going at the 5 stars. In the normal situation, we're going at the other players, you know, definitely remove a guy like this. Continuing to look, we can now schedule a visit for this outside linebacker, another 5-star. We'll do that before we advance as well. This guy, cornerback, another guy that can come on the visit. This guy, quarterback, we're done. He's going to Alabama. We have no chance. We have no pipeline boost. We literally have a 0-tier pipeline boost. Alabama is dominating this recruitment. A guy you got to remove off the board, man. There's no point to even try to pursue him. This guy, he's coming on the visit week 6. We got to just stick it out until week 6. We can also put the hard sell on him. We'll kind of just go through and make sure we hard selling every single player we can, and we'll schedule every single visit we can as well. All right, so this is how we're looking recruiting wise, man. We're going all out for a lot of these 5 stars, man. Even got 75 hours into a wide receiver just because we can. Like, we're going to max out as many hours. If we're able to bring in 5, 6 of these 5 stars, that's amazing. You know, how many 5 stars did Maryland bring in real life this past recruiting cycle? National signing day was literally a couple days ago. 0 is the question, is the answer, man. They brought in 0 5 stars. So if we're able to bring in 5, 6, we're doing phenomenal. So we advance to our next week, and we get the #1 player in the nation, the running back out of Delaware. So we're looking good, man. We got our first commitment. We also lost out on a 5-star. It's going to happen. You're not going to be able to get every single one of these guys. So we lost out on this wide receiver. He came on the visit week 7. He was not satisfied and ended up committing to Tennessee. And that's fine. That's going to happen. We're probably going to lose out on this other receiver as well. We're down here at #2. We moved down on his list. He already came on the visit. Another guy we're probably not going to get. At this point in the year, you got all these hours left, 195 hours left. There's no more 5 stars you could pursue. You could now come in here to 4 stars. You could go after some of these guys. It's a bunch of 4 stars that literally no one is going after. A bunch of these guys, you could go after those. Even the 3 stars, come down here to the 3 stars. A bunch of these guys that's interested in you. You can even pursue those as well, man. You can do a lot of different things. But for this, we're only going at the 5 stars. I just want to make sure throughout the year I'm upgrading in recruiter, man. Make sure I'm getting the tier 3 for every single position we're recruiting, so we're able to put in as many hours as possible. We get another commitment out of Illinois. Right tackle, we're up to 2 5-star commitments. We lost out on the other wide receiver. I kind of predicted that. Also lost out on the defensive end. So we're in a solid spot. I think we'll end this class with around 5, maybe even 6 of these 5 stars, man. The commitment, we're getting guys out of Hawaii. Hawaii producing 5 stars is crazy. And then this is going to be the end out the class, man. Another 5-star safety, 5-star left in, and then we only have 1 more 5-star that needs to commit. And he commits the next week, so we're up to 6 5-star commits. Hey man, you gotta be happy with that. We started off the video pursuing 6 5-star or 12 5 stars, and we got 6 out of 12 of these commits. You gotta be satisfied with that. This is gonna be the most, or I should say the second most 5-star commits in the country. When you have Georgia signing 5 or 8 5-star commits, that's crazy. That usually does not happen in this game. Definitely does not happen in real life anymore, man. The most 5-star commits we had in real life this season was 4, and we had a couple different teams sign 4 5 stars this current cycle. But this is gonna be good, especially when you consider you could have been started pursuing 4 stars. You could also start pursuing 3 stars. You come over here to the prospect list, come over here to 4 stars. There's still probably a couple you could pursue. There are 2 here, and you actually look through each position, you might be able to find a couple more. And then even if there's not any more 4 stars you could pursue, now you could actually go to 3 stars, and you could, you know, start adding some of these guys to your board. You could actually scout them, see who's gems, see who's good players, and really just pursue specific players you want. But this method is allowing you to bring in a lot of top level players, and that's going to really make the difference with your program, man. These players, 5 stars, especially as a 3-star, 2-star, 1-star school, they will start immediately. They're going to come in 78, 79, 77 overall compared to a 3-star coming over as a 66 overall. So pursuing these 5 stars is really going to change your program around much quicker. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This just was a quick way to bring in a couple of 5 stars, man. Y'all see the results. You do this as a 1, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star program. It's the same exact method. Nothing changed. The only difference is you're pursuing less players at a time. So make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe if y'all enjoyed the video. Click the video on the screen now for my temple rebuild.